Welcome back to the Scratch Addons YouTube channel. My name is Cool Scratcher, and in this video we're going to be looking at Scratch Addons version 1.17.0. There's a few new updates and there's a few new features, and I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, let's get into it. Now here in the settings menu, which you get to by clicking on your extension and then clicking the settings cog, we can see that there's 4 new add-ons. The first of which we're going to be looking at is Old Studio Layout. So I am so excited for this. So let's just turn this on and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So if I actually bring up a studio, kabam, look at this, look at the studio. So if you're confused as to what you're supposed to be looking at, if I turn this off, you can see that this goes back to how it was before. This goes back to how, how Scratch changed studios. So if you don't know, Scratch changed studios recently, and they've completely changed the design. They've added a few questionable features. So if we turn this on, it makes the layout go back to how it was. And there's 2 modes. This one is how it was before there was the update, but this kind of makes it match with the Scratch 2.0 to 3.0 theme, which you can access in its own add-on right over here. So if you turn this on and this on, they'll just sort of match, but if you sort of make this back to default, it'll go back to how it was previously. Oh, and I was just about to go into the next add-on when I realized I forgot to show off something that is so cool. It is like a lifesaver. Let's click on this. Oh my goodness, I love this. It's amazing. Wow. So now, as you can see, rather than filling up your whole screen, this it'll show you all the projects that you've made, and you can add any of these projects. And you can sort by your shared projects, your recently favorited, and just the projects that you've recently seen. Next up is the Browse Followers button in Studios, and that adds a button to the top of the Curators tab in the studios you manage that list your followers or people that you're following, and lets you invite a shown user with a single click. It's a bit confusing when I read it out so fast like that, but yeah, I'll just go ahead and show you. Oh, and aha! Congratulations. Okay, anyways, if I click on Curators, you can see, well, I refreshed, so you have to refresh. If I click on Browse Followers, wow, this also is amazing. So now you can browse the people who are following you, and you can browse the people who you are following. So that's pretty cool. Next up is the HD image uploads add-on. This is in beta, so it might have bugs, but this adds new button up above the upload costume button that automatically converts uploaded bitmap images. So bitmap, if you don't know, is made up of pixels. It converts those pixels into an SVG, and that is vector, so it's going to be all smooth images to avoid losing quality. So yeah, just don't use the upload button if you plan to edit the image after uploading. That is a lot of people contributing here. Okay, wow. So if I go to this weird project I made, just all of this will come in later. This is all for today's video. If I click on costumes and I click upload costume, and I'm just going to select this little graphic that I made for like something, don't ask me why. So this is just a little bit of a graphic that I made, and as you can see, I just uploaded using default. This is okay. I mean, it isn't perfect quality, but then if I HD image upload, wow, look at that. Take a look at the difference, the sheer difference. So here it looks all pixelated, and here it looks all nice and smooth. I'm not sure exactly the technical terms, but it looks like a hard add-on to create. So good job to these people over here. Wow. Okay. Next up is the non-draggable sprites in editor. So the first time, so this is actually the second take of this video, and the first time I did this, I got a little bit confused. So let's just hope that I covered this well. Okay. So I'm gonna refresh this, and now if I try and drag it, so I'm clicking right now. I'm clicking, but it just can't seem to move. What's happening? Is Scratch broken? Well, actually no, this add-on is actually coming into play, and if you actually use this option, so previously this option was useless, but if you actually click on this, well, not useless, but you just not use it very often. If you just click on this, you can now actually drag it. But if I set it back to not draggable, as you can see, it's not gonna be able to drag. But what if I do want to drag it, but I don't want to go through the hassle of pulling out this block and clicking on this option and clicking it? Well, I can just hold down Shift, and now, as you can see, it's overriding the drag rule thingy, whatever. So it's basically locking a layer. Like if you've used like Photoshop or other, photo editing or video editing software, you'll know that you can lock certain layers. So it's like this. So you can no longer move this. So that's pretty cool. So we don't have another new add-on, but we do have a new feature. So the Searchable dropdowns add-on, it's been here, but if I click right over here, as you can see, if I search like, I don't know, hi, previously it would just show with no results, but here I have the option to create a new broadcast. So if I click on this, now we have a new message and I can receive it and everything. I can broadcast it, I can receive it, so it's an actual new message. So yeah, that's pretty handy. This doesn't just work for broadcast, this works for stuff like variables as well. So now you have two options, obviously, since this is a variable: create variable for all sprites, create variable for this sprite only. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I use that word so often when describing add-ons, like, that's pretty cool. I should stop. I should add more variety. I need a thesaurus. In the highlight currently executing, I can't pronounce things. In the highlight currently executing blocks, there we go. This says, again, this isn't new, but there is a new feature, this highlight color option. I love my options. So you can click on this, and actually by default, if I reset it, so this is what it is by default. And if I go back here and I create like this actively running loop, you can see that this is blue, but if I go ahead and change this to like red, as you can see, that's kind of hurting my eyes, but you can see you can change this highlight color, and that's pretty cool. The screen is hurting my eyes. I need something darker. There we go. Amazing. So yeah, that's pretty handy. There we go. Adjectives. If you have the mouse position add-on and the clone counter add-on both enabled, and there is at least one clone, so if I create a clone, and oh no. So yeah, as you can see, we have this parent sprite and the clone. If we have these both enabled, you can see that the clone counter and the mouse position, they don't interfere with each other. So yes, we're back on the screen, which means that it is the end of this video. That was very quick, but still, I'm so glad for the studio changes, and all of the other add-ons and features were also super cool. So yeah, I have been Cool Scratcher. I mean, I always was Cool Scratcher, but I have been. And this is the Scratch Addons YouTube channel. Subscribe if you want more updates and stuff. I don't know. And yeah, goodbye.